Hello, welcome back to this channel. I hope the audio is good. I still don't have a mic because I don't have any money. I wanted to talk about this thing that I'm planning on doing, which is admittedly not the best idea I've ever had, but I'm really curious now, so I'm gonna go through with it. Probably, possibly, we'll see, which is basically to give a bit of background or context or whatever. I've been into language learning since I was 15, and I've gotten more and more into it as I've gotten older. I'm 22 now, so that's whatever time span that is. I can't do math. It's 7 years. I can do math. I lied. There's this input hypothesis that Stephen Krashen has, which is basically that if you have comprehensible input, you'll be able to learn any language without studying it or whatever. And I was thinking about that one day, and I got this idea, which is basically, what if I tried to just do only input, no studying, no lookups, nothing on purpose, only input, and what would happen then? And I think what will probably happen is nothing, or I'll learn 2 more words or something. I actually have no idea, and I want to I'm really curious. So I've decided to try it, and the language I've decided to try it with, which if you read the title of this video you'll know, is Mandarin. Some background about, or some explanation about why I chose Mandarin out of all the languages is, I basically I don't want to be able to read it. The only kind of script that I will actually not be able to learn to stop myself from reading is the Chinese script, because those characters are really complex, and you have to learn a lot of characters to actually be able to read stuff. By read stuff I just mean able to look at a text and say the words out loud. And so I didn't want to do something Russian, which I've heard the script is hard, but I imagine I would be able to learn it in a couple of days to a couple of weeks with enough time and stuff. And I don't want to do that because I really just want to know what happens. I know this is a bad idea. Alexis, you're saying, why do you want to learn Mandarin in probably the most ineffective way possible? But I want to know what happens. Okay, I just want to do this, and then maybe it works, which will be great, or maybe it doesn't work, in which case I'll just have wasted a bunch of my own time. But curiosity is not gonna kill this cat, because I'm gonna find out. I want to know what happens. I want to know what happens. So there are a couple of limitations I'm putting on myself. One of which is I don't want to read anything because I feel that's gonna help me too much. I don't know why I have something against that, but yeah. Another reason I chose Mandarin is because it's very different from the languages that I already speak, which is I'm a native speaker of English and Hindi, and it's very different to those. I'm a heritage speaker of Punjabi, and it's different to that as well. And I learned French in school, and it's very different to that. And I'm learning Korean now, and I don't know that much about what Mandarin is grammar-wise, but I believe they're very different as well. Apart from in Korean there's Hanja, which is the Chinese characters, but I don't know them. I know 3 of them, so I don't really think that's gonna help me that much. That's why I chose Mandarin. While I'm doing this thing, I'm not allowed to look anything up. because I want to see how much I understand just based on the fact that I'm like watching things. My final like rule is I have to like watch or listen to something every day. I'm doing like only like audio like listening comprehension right now, or like no, well, I don't know if I'll get any comprehension out of this, but I'm only doing like audio like input because I'm not learning how to read right now. So like we'll see what happens. And like a little, like even if it's like 10 minutes, I have to like do like 10 minutes of like something, because I don't want my brain to like forget that this is something we're doing. I might change that rule later to be like more or less, or just like completely drop it if I get like really sick of this whole project all of a sudden. um I originally wanted to do this for a year, but then I decided that that's not a good idea, because how much I get done in the year is going to depend completely on what my schedule is like during the year. So if I get like super busy because of like class and stuff, or if I get really into like another one of my hobbies, I don't want to do this only for like 100 hours, and like that's all I could put in that year. So I've decided that my goal is doing this for 1,000 hours. I don't know how I feel about that number. According to the like FSI like thing, it's 2,200 hours for like of like, I think it's like class time to like get, I don't know what level it is, but it's, they say to like speak the language, so I guess it has to be like a pretty good level. um but you know, I'm like, this isn't like class hours, this is like watching shit in a language I don't understand hours. So I don't know if I will make any progress or like what is gonna happen, but I've decided on the 1,000 hour number. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna try to keep track of everything I do. I have like a little Excel document, or actually it's a Google Sheets document. And I'm gonna try to write everything down, because what I learned from Mythbusters is that everything is science if you write it down. So if I write this down, that means it's science, and I'm not just like insane. I'm not like dropping any of my other like language goals just to do this, because like I don't know, I want to like actually also learn a language like on purpose while I do this. My plan for, I know it has to be like comprehensible input, so my plan for that is to watch stuff at first that I've already watched in English or like in another language, and just like watch that in like Chinese, and then like hopefully I will understand something. I'm planning to start with Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I love that show. It's my favorite show of all time. I like rewatch it every year. I can like genuinely, I remember like every single episode like super well, to the point where like half of the show I'm pretty sure I can like quote from memory. So I'm going to start with that one, because I will comprehend everything that is going on in the show, regardless of the fact that I don't comprehend any of the language that they're saying, because I remember everything that happens in the show. And then I'm gonna try to watch like other stuff that's like that, or you know, even if my recall isn't that good, like other stuff that I remember like the plot of, basically Disney movies and stuff, because I remember them really well. And I also have Disney Plus, and they have like a little like menu for all the languages, and they have a lot of languages on there, and I'm pretty sure Chinese is like one of the ones that they have for like at least like a lot of their stuff, if not like all of it. And then I'm gonna watch like children's cartoons, and then I'm gonna watch, well, like hopefully I'll get on to like actually watching like C dramas. but that might not happen, so I don't really know. The goal is to do 1,000 hours. If this works really well, I'm gonna know Chinese, so that's my award if this works really well. And if this doesn't work really well, I'll like buy myself something expensive to like console myself because I spent so much time on it and it didn't work. And that's the end of the video, I guess. That's my plan. I'm gonna try to make like update videos on this. I'm torn between doing like every like month or so, or doing like when I hit certain milestones like hour-wise. So I'm still deciding on that, but I'm definitely gonna do it. I don't know what will happen. And if you're thinking something like, hey, if you actually want to learn the language, why don't you just study it? Which is like a really good point, but like I want to know what happens, and if I don't do it with this language, I'm gonna do it with some other language. So like I might as well just do it with this one, right? Like life is short, you know? End of video. Bye.